Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, I got to give credit to this judge who I heard use these words, and maybe he borrowed them from somebody else. But Judge Doug Stevens is now a retired Kenton Circuit judge, and I always told him he should have been a federal judge. He had a federal judge look about him, sternness about him, but he was very fair. He was one of those judges that was stern but extremely fair. And he had some issues with the Kenton County felony prosecutor at the time, and he said publicly, this was in the newspaper, and he said in the courtroom, I heard him say it in the courtroom, he goes, I weep for the citizens of Kenton County. I said, man, that was good stuff. I weep for America. I weep for America. Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, you've got a president of the United States attending 191 fundraisers since January 1. He has surpassed by 33% the Jack Wagon Bush. This comes out to 2.89. Let's make it 3, folks, can we? Your president of the United States attends an average of 3 fundraisers a day. Now, I want to tell you something. Some of those are all across the country. Some of those are in Washington. If your president is going to 3 fundraisers a day, and you can even throw in since January, I do believe we had a trip to Martha's Vineyard. I do believe we had a trip. Was Australia last year? I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, we have a lazy damn president who is a liar. He's a hypocrite. Did you hear his comments the last few days? He talks about how, we don't need politics. What a lying sack of excrement. This guy goes to 3 fundraisers a day. Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, true story. I don't go to many social events. And the reason why is I got limited time, and my time has to be focused on my clients. So I don't attend bar functions. I don't attend fundraisers. I don't attend parties. I don't attend those functions. I'm either working, sleeping, spending time with my wife and my kids. My priorities are straight. I don't have time. I think about in my own life, ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, if I attended 3 fundraisers a day. Okay, I live in Independence. My guess is I got a 30-minute drive to, a 30-minute drive from. If I stay an hour at each one, that's 2 hours of my time. If I go to 3 of them, I guess I could go from one spot to the other. But you're talking about spending, and this is if the fundraisers are in your neck of the woods. And just think the President of the United States has security details that have to accompany him. He's spending 5 or 6 hours a day, folks, average, going to fundraisers. Well, he's sleeping, right? I guarantee you this president gets 8 hours sleep. When is he doing work to try to improve this country? You should be outraged. And you know what messes, we got to worry about, if you're one of those 10% independent voters that's going to decide this election, because I know the Republicans are going to vote for the nominee, and all you freeloader Democrats and liberal folks are going to vote for Obama no matter what. How do you go in that voting booth and vote for the re-election of a president of the United States who goes to 3 fundraisers a day instead of doing the work that's required of the president. I weep for America. Now, I jack-wagoned him up again today for something else he does. TRICARE Health is the health insurance for the military. I learned this morning, paying attention to what's going on in the world, as I always do, that the military rates for TRICARE Health are going through the roof. I heard like for a colonel, it was like $500 premium is going up to like $2,000. Hazard pay has been cut and is going to be cut some more. You know what hazard pay is? That's the pay that a soldier gets when he's in a war zone. Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, it almost makes me want to cry. Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, you have a first lady and a president hanging out in Hawaii for 17 days. You got a first lady skiing on the slopes of Aspen, going on the talk show circuit. You got a president attending 3 fundraisers a day, average. And they're having concerts with B.B. King and Mick Jagger at the White House. And they're cutting veterans' health benefits. They're cutting soldiers' hazard pay. You know what? I called for an armed march on Washington. And part of that was, it's never, and I'm serious, folks, it's not going to change until that happens. Now, obviously, ladies and gentlemen of Bulldog Nation and American jury, you're not ready for that. Only 20 signed up, so I canceled it. But you write it down. Just like at 9:36 p.m. on election night, I was the one, and it wasn't just some flipping thing. I had an inside source that Romney was going to win Ohio. I'm the first guy in the country that called Ohio for Romney. I'm the first guy in the country that says an armed revolution is going to have to happen in this country for the country to change its course. You've got a president that acts like he's out there for the little guy. My ass. How do you justify it? Bill Atkins, my liberal friend running for Congress. Denny Allardine, my liberal friend lawyer. How do you justify your support in voting for this president? I haven't even brought up how you justify it when he submits a $1.3 trillion, 3 times the market value of Apple Computer, as a budget deficit. On every front, this president is bad news. I've still got coming up, folks, the Breitbart video. And how about this? The inmates at Gitmo got a $700,000 soccer field. Isn't a little bit of grass and a couple goals enough? A $700,000 soccer field. And you know why? Because if it's $750,000, you got to get congressional approval. So the administration, hey, George Will, you see what I mean, you jackwagon? Oh, if we get the Senate, everything will be okay. No, no, no. The power of the executive branch using their discretion is incredible. How does that make you feel? He's cutting veterans' pay. He's cutting hazard pay. He's cutting veterans' benefits who are dying in Iraq. And he's building a $700,000 soccer field in Gitmo while he and the First Lady are attending concerts, 3 fundraisers a day, talk shows, Hawaii, Aspen ski trip. I've said it before, and I will say it again, and I don't care what people say. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them.